So I have a rule, unless it's I'm about to explode, never use the public restrooms. That too. And dude, John read a study that, oh God, even after all the pandemic stuff, don't care what you think about it. 50% of people still don't wash their hands. Surprisingly, that's a little bit more than what it was prior to the pandemic. But 50% of people still do not wash their hands. And they asked, like, what were the main reasons? They didn't have time. What are you, late to fly a plane? Just put your hands underwater. You don't even got to turn knobs anymore. They just...
I think I washed my hands enough for 10 people's worth, but I also work with food, so...
Yeah, you don't do that. Wash your hands. Always. Thank you. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, that was one. One was didn't have the time. The other one was didn't think it was necessary. I guess because they didn't piss all over themselves. Well, congratulations. But still, you probably touched something around there. If you go into the bathroom, especially a public one, if you're in your own homes, I won't even fault you. I would get into the habit of washing your hands, but you live in your own filth. Fine, it's your filth. I'm not coming over. But if you're in a restroom, just imagine when you go into it and you leave, imagine you having to decontaminate yourself like you just left 3 Mile Island. Okay. Seriously. No, man, I approach every public restroom as if I'm walking into Chernobyl. I will hold my breath as long as possible, take very shallow breaths, and get the hell out of there as quick as possible. Okay? Ah, God. Even if they just rinse. Even if you just rinse. You don't even got to use soap and water. If you rinse, it gets a lot of the bacteria off. But, one, use paper towel to open up that doorknob, because washing your hands and then touching that doorknob again doesn't help anybody. Okay? Doesn't. And here's the thing. If you do not have towel paper available to you because they wanted to blow all the germs that were on the bathroom floor all over the place in the air by using one of those Dyson jet engines of a hand dryer, use your sleeve. Do not touch that door again. I don't want to get my sleeve dirty. Use your sleeve. Use your sleeve. I'm not using my sleeve. Use your sleeve. And then I meet people, they're like, yeah, I got COVID like 8 times. I'm like, how? How is that even did you go look for it? What? Were you looking on a map and you're like, oh, well, this seems like a hot spot. Let me go there. What? God. At the very least, use hand sanitizers after you touch that doorknob if you don't want to mess up your stuff. Nobody carries hand sanitizers on them anymore. We break it out, depending on what we're doing. We haven't gotten we're not as nearly as bad as we used to. But we know there are certain checkout lines at a supermarket I will not go to. If I hear somebody hacking up a lung, I'm not having them touch my groceries. Still 50%? God. Bro, I don't want to wash my hands. I don't have the time. Where are you going? I'm in a hurry. Where? How'd you get here? Public transportation? No, I got my car outside. Is it double parked? No. Is it going to get towed? No. Then what's the rush? I got to go to the supermarket and food shop, so. I'm running late. This conversation took longer than it would be to just wash your hands, bro. Now I'm even more late. Good. I noticed more people coughing without covering their mouths lately. I do not want to get into politics, but I still got to talk about the sandwich story and the C-shaped children that we saw. Remember that. Sandwich, C-shaped children. Now, the letter C, yes. There is this weird thing that people, and again, I don't care what you believe. I don't care if you believe it's real, don't believe it's real, think it's fake. I don't care. I generally don't care. Everyone has their own perspective. Live life according. Okay? I know even that's pissing people off. There are people who will either defiantly wear a mask because, or there are people who will defiantly not wear a mask and cough all over everybody purposely. So it's on both sides, right? It is on both sides. So nobody is exempt from the hatred that I have for humanity. I've seen both. I've seen people throw a fit because a doctor asked, well, you have to wear a mask because there are some sick people here, blah, blah, blah. It's for your safety and ours. Blah, blah, blah. You already have a fever, blah, 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 and they get defiantly annoying and then just start coughing on things, And then I have people where it's like, you're literally in an open field and there's nobody near you, but they're still wearing a mask. Unless you have allergies, there's no reason for it. There's nobody around you. 6 feet apart. You're fine. Well, it's in the air. It might be, but the increments are going to be so small. Breathe a little, So it is weird, It is bizarre. And then there are particular terms for masks that are condescending, like that one, where it's like, I don't care if people wear masks. I don't care if people don't wear masks. I live my life how I'm going to live and adapt accordingly. That's all. I'm literally, my purpose on this planet is no longer to let people know that what they're doing is stupid. I'll complain about it and I'll say it. But when it comes to my own personal life and meandering about the Neanderthal creatures that I have to deal with on a daily basis, I'm just avoiding the problems. That's it. I'm looking at people, sizing them up. I'm doing the algorithms and calculations as to how I can get away from the person who's picking their own nose and wiping it on the hand cart. That's it. That's my thing. That's the squirrel job now. Hey, if anything, I'm going to take over for the squirrel because, if that voice is bothering you that much, you got to start testing things. You're going to have to scale back on that. At least you can get through a 4-hour stream with me without your ears bleeding. So, I cough in my elbow still. That's how we were raised. You cough and sneeze in your elbow. That was just like, pretend you're dabbing, I don't get it. It's just like, because even if you wanted to be defiant about germs and having your little political statement about things aren't what they seem, would you want another person standing next to you not covering their mouth and just sneezing in your general direction? Probably not. You'd be really pissed off. So why wouldn't you do the same and extend that same courtesy to other people? Like, that's the thing. Just extend the courtesy. And if everybody had a little bit more courtesy, then the world would be a better place. But, everyone's got their own ideology that seems to be bereft of being cordial to one another. Everyone's got to have, I'm obnoxious because I'm in the right because I have this particular view, and the hell with you all because whatever. It's like, hey, that doesn't work. Dude, I can have difference of opinions with anybody, but I'll still help them with their groceries. I'll open the door for them. I'll make sure I don't sneeze on them. And bro, I have seen, we're talking like, oh God, height of the pandemic-y kind of thing. Well, at the tail end of it, like when people are starting to go out and stuff like that. Bro, we were in a thrift store. We still had a mask on because we heard people coughing in a parking lot. And we're like, yeah, I'm just gonna put this on. Yo, bro, literally came up to us. Oh, you still wearing mask? Stupid sheeple. Literally giving us a lecture. They brainwash you. I'm just like, and I always have in my back pocket, well, we have older parents and I don't want to pick up anything just in case and have them get sick. They're immune compromised. That's not good enough. Yeah, well, they probably are because, they're eating blah, 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 and they probably don't eat enough meat and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, just, what do you do with that? They literally are looking to start a fight. So then I just zone out. Like, you got to stop being a sheep. I'm like, yeah, maybe one day. And I just trail off and babble and just wander down the aisle and just pretend like I don't, what do I do? That is somebody who's looking to get into a fight to prove their point. They want to beat somebody up because they have a different opinion. Right? And it's kind of weird. Again, I don't even criticize him for not doing what at the time probably people should have been doing. Yeah, because it's like they're a human being. And God, as much as I hate to say that, but I don't put a very high level of importance on the term human being anymore. I used to. Now it's like if you say human being to me, I'm picturing like cows, sheep, and, you know, other meandering creatures. Every once in a while, you got a nice horse, sometimes a magnificent stallion. But generally, yeah. Well, I'm a vampire, dude. You think if I care about people, I'm dead, you know? Exactly. So, yeah, it's just like, but each person is their own entity. They got their own ideology. And I generally don't try to trample on any of that IRL because I don't care enough. I literally don't care enough. Yeah. I care enough when it's in my face. That's when I care. Other than that, you can do whatever you want over there. Go. You know, preach about not wearing masks or wearing masks over there. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to do what's good. I don't know why people can't do that. Just do what's right for you. And if somebody's doing something that you don't agree with, is it hurting you? That's the first question. Is it hurting you? No. Then why do you care? Those are the two questions you should ask yourself in every single instance. Every single instance. Is it hurting you? And why do you care? Because if they ask themselves that, well, okay, I'm not hurt. You know, you weren't hurting them at the time. So why does he care? We got a raid.
It's a raid. Destroy them all
Hey,
with power
Robo.
hugs and
What's up?
treats.
The Dark Hero. Welcome, hot people. We're talking about people not being jerks. I just want to I want a stream of where I just eat cookies. Like I will literally get a tray of cookies and eat like one of each.